घड़ी नहीं मुझे तुम अपना वक्त दो, इतर नहीं मुझे तुम अपनी महक दो, वचने नहीं मेरे साथ उम्र भर चल लो, खुशी नहीं मुझे तुम अपना प्यार दो। बस यही चीज़ है मैंने तुमसे चाही, और अगर हो सके तो मैं कागज़ बन जाऊं और तुम मेरी स्याही। That's great.
One person may not be able to change the world, but can definitely bring a small difference which can change the world little by little. We are back again with the another inspiring, enriching episode of One Voice, a voice that screams the name of the unsung heroes who are working hard to bring a difference in the world. For today's interview, we have with us an NGO based on Siliguri, Musafiri. It was started on 24th January 2020 with the sole motive of distributing milk and kits to the needy ones, and they are also working on various projects and initiatives. To shortly brief about the Musafiri organization, Musafiri organization was started on 24th of January 2020 by Siddhant Agarwal and Rachit Agarwal with a simple motive of distributing milk to 100 children, and since they have done various other services which have made them the exceptional heroes of our society.
So, without any further delay, let us start with the interview. So, the first question for today: being at such an age of dreams and passion, one is always remains in the state of open eyes and dreams of a sudden wish fulfillment and life experiences. So, when most people of your age are busy thinking about their career, future, or enjoying their life, so how did you come up with this idea of opening Musafiri organization?
Okay. So to begin with, we did not think of having a Musafiri organization. Rather, we started this as an initiative. What happened was, one day, what I don't know what came in my mind. I went to an orphanage. I saw the condition there. It really made me sad. I inquired what's the need there. So they were like, here children suffer from malnutrition and other such diseases due to lack of food and milk. So I called my friend Siddhant. I told him, let's begin with something, let's help them out. So we both mutually discussed and came to this conclusion that what we will be doing is distributing milk to 100 children per day. A glass of milk won't cost us much. We started this with our pocket money. So we started, and I don't know how it began, how it started, and today we are an organization, we are an NGO, and we have been recognized by the United Nations major group of children and youth. We have worked for the betterment of the society throughout the pandemic. So it just started with an idea that came in our mind. And to start anything, you do not need any resources. All that you need is a big heart, that I would say.
It's very true.
So for me personally, I didn't have any intent to open an organization. It was Rachit. He motivated me. He advised me. Let's open an organization. Let's start Musafiri. We'll start small, but we'll go big. And then the lockdown came, and of course we know how migrant laborers suffered in the lockdown. And the media too played a big role in motivating us to go out and help others. So it started small. It started because of Rachit and his motivation, but now it's going good.
It's really good to start something for students like us to start something at an individual level. It's really inspirational for us too.
So, moving further, being recognized by the reputed organization is always a dream of many in order to reach many audience with his or her plan and motto. How did you feel when your work was recognized by the United Nations through UNMGCY and Dainik Jagran?
Okay, so to speak about this, it's not just the United Nations who have recognized our work. It's the local people who supported us.
Okay.
Without the support of the local people and the people in need, we wouldn't be able to, reach this stage.
Mhm.
Also, in this context, I would like to thank the Siliguri Police Commissionerate who helped just two young boys like us because, you know, when you go to field work, it's very difficult.
True.
Donating money is not a big thing in today's world. Donating something is not a big thing, but then carrying out and to make sure that it reaches the right person is something that you have to take care of. So in this context, we would like to thank all our donors, all the media partners who really motivated us, who helped us, who accepted two young students like us. Because in today's world, I don't think it can happen as easy as it happened for us.
Yeah.
It was like we were just walking and the door started opening for us. So we just went to the IC of Siliguri,
Okay.
Sir Subir, and we talked to him, we gave him the idea, and he really helped us.
Okay.
He was like kind of a mentor to us. In this context, I would like to also name one of the most influential person, Mr. Ajay Sharma. He is a young guy, he's also an entrepreneur. He was the one who gave us the back support.
Okay.
Whenever we were falling down, he was there to pick us up. So this is how it happened. And getting recognized by the media is not something that we thought that we would be recognized. It's like it just happened. We were doing our work, we were busy, and people started, coming in. Like we did not know how we would pull through the donations, but we started with only a pocket money, and then today we have collected around say 3 to 4 lakhs, and we have donated resources of that amount.
Great.
So of course we were ecstatic at first that we have been recognized by the UNMJCY, but it didn't really matter to us because of course it was a motivating factor for us. It encouraged us and it brought many people together. But it wasn't our main motive to get recognized by them. But yes, they were real accelerators in our journey. They helped us. They motivated us. That's all about it.
The thing is, the smile that comes
Yeah.
to someone's face is really pleasing for us.
Yeah.
Like when there was this girl whom we used to feed in the milk, and also we used to feed the milk from our hand. It's
Yeah.
not like we used to just give the thing and go.
Yeah.
We used to be physically present there, not every day, because that was not possible from our end, but then most of the days, like we used to go on regular inspection whether the thing is happening or not. So there used to be this girl who used to have such a smiling face after having just a glass of milk. We know a glass of milk is not something that great,
Great. Yeah.
but then the happiness that she used to have
Yeah.
after having it, that really motivated her.
Yeah.
We all know we live in a society where people believe that students like us, like for us, the main matter of conscience should be our education. And like family and relatives, they have played an important role for someone like you all who think out of the box. So, how did your family like look upon at you doing this social service and all?
Okay, so to talk about this, initially, before the pandemic, we had our exams. Like it
Okay.
was the month of January when we started, the core time, because we have our exams in February or March.
Okay.
Like we are still in school, so
Yeah.
exams are the most, you know, yeah, are the most important thing in our life for our parents.
Yeah.
They treat it as priority. So initially, the family was reluctant to, support us. They were like, focus on your studies before. They were happy that we were doing something for the society, but then the internal support was not coming. Like we could feel it. They
Okay.
did not stop us. They did not say, no, it's wrong.
Mhm.
But then the thing is, they were like, focus on your studies before you focus on someone else.
True.
But then it was a challenge for us to do better in our exams as well as to continue the social service, because if we lack in any one of the fields, it would be like, because of this thing, this happened.
Yeah.
So we had to, it was a tough time for both me and Siddhant. Like like once the pandemic began, parents were really very scared. They did not allow us to go. We used to fight and go.
Okay.
Literally, it was the situation because they were really very scared.
Mhm.
At that time, the
Also
cases
there.
were low, but then the fear of coronavirus was much greater than the disease itself.
Yeah.
So they tried to, stop us. They tried to, make us understand. But then we were like, no, we have started this. I don't know what. I guess it was the happiness that was calling us.
Yeah, true, true. It was the need of the hour, and you both were there for the peoples. I would also like to ask, like, you're from Don Bosco Siliguri, so what help you got from the school, or was it a motivational power from the school or the fathers from itself?
Yeah, I would really like to thank Father Manoj because he was really a motivational factor in our journey. He acted as a mentor whenever, we needed support. He was there for us. He really guided us. When he came to know about this thing, he congratulated us personally.
Okay.
And receiving a congratulations from your principal
Yeah.
is something great that I would say. He also gave us ideas how we can help the
Hmm.
society. He helped us, in our journey to as how to go about it. So that's what he did. So
So,
I'm really very grateful to him.
I think Father Manoj really helped us because when our journey began, none of us, none of my even classmates knew about it.
okay.
So what he would do is after we had completed an event, he would share it on the WhatsApp groups, on the school WhatsApp group.
Okay.
So almost each and every parent in the school came to know about it, and so Father Manoj helped us, for at least for my classmates to know that yes, he is doing something.
Okay. Like National Service Scheme is also like honored to have you here, and like we are definitely looking forward to take part in your initiative and be with you all
It would
and
be our
also help
pleasure.
the society, because if we both can be together and help, obviously we can reach a mass number of people. So we are also looking forward to be the part of your initiative, and will definitely be in future.
Yeah, and like such a dedication from you all. Like it has molded your thought process in such a way that whatever obstacles are coming in your way, you're easily crossing it because
Yeah.
it's all because of your
No, it was a
dedication.
great experience for us, and I guess whatever we did, like it was like starting on, running an organization is like starting an own business
Yeah, true.
Right.
because you need to manage funds, you need to see the expenses,
Yeah.
you need to have some savings so that you can help the people in future need in times of real emergency.
Mm.
So it really helped us at such a young age. If we did this, I guess tomorrow we can have, great
Yeah.
endeavors to take.
Like you talked about fund, so my next question is, like, funding always remains a crucial part of any organization in the corporate and busy world of people indulging totally in the rat race of selflessness and self-enhancement round the clock. While going through the official social media of Musafiri, I found that you allocated around rupees 24,000, if I'm not wrong, for distributing kits and all. So how did you manage to collect such a big amount?
No, I guess you are wrong with the amount.
Okay.
24,000 was 24,000 kids were helped.
Oh, kits were held.
Yeah,
I missed the name.
24,000 kids were helped through our initiative of distributing milk and bread.
Okay.
So that is the thing. And regarding the funds, what we did was uh, we had initiatives like the ration kit initiative,
Mm-hmm.
which had, all the basic necessities
Mm-hmm.
that a person requires in a ration. We distributed 760 ration kits.
Oh, great.
Okay, and we had a distribution of 1,000 medikits, which consisted of two pieces of three-ply surgical mask, one pair of surgical gloves, and 30 milliliter sanitizer.
Okay.
Then what we did was we followed the 3 R's as suggested by the UN in their SGDs, and we collected old scrap pages from all around the city.
Okay.
We took it, we tore the unused pages, we got them binded, and we made 500 Musafiri copies
Yeah.
and we distributed them.
So funding always remains a crucial part,
Yeah.
and in this part, I feel that family and friends were the main helping factor because since this is a young organization, not many of the people trusted us
Yeah.
because they thought that maybe we are using the funds for our personal benefit. Accountant transparency is a major issue.
Yeah.
So family and friends were the major donors,
Okay.
and I want to really thank them for
Yeah.
helping us because during the pandemic and during the lockdown, the business was affected, jobs
Mm-hmm.
were affected, and even after that they contributed and they contributed generously. So family friends were the main source of our funds. Besides that, we did receive funds from some unknown people, but not many were able to trust us so easily. but I think it will change in the future eventually with time.
So you all did not think of doing some fundraising event or sort of thing?
No, we did.
Okay.
We did fundraising events through, MUNs, through competitions, through online competitions. To talk about this, Musafri has also started its own firm under the
Okay.
name of Musafri itself.
Okay.
It is a fundraising project where we offer social media management,
Mhm.
website development, content writing, any type of printing. So what we do is we donate an amount to the NGO. You have to keep an amount of, savings as an contingency
Yeah,
fund.
yeah, true.
So that is what we have kept.
Talking about the pandemic period, we know that COVID 19 has affected every one of us in some way or the other. So, did coronavirus come in your way while performing any task or doing any social service?
Uh, Not during, you know, we did not, by the grace of God, we did not had COVID-19 as of now. But then, yes, we felt sick after, coming from donations. So it was like a very tense factor at that time because when you go to help someone, you must also ensure that you do not get infected.
Yeah, true.
So that is what happened. We got sick. Both me and Siddhant got sick together. So we were scared if it's the coronavirus that has affected us. But then, by God's grace, we did not have COVID-19 as of now. And we hope and we pray to Him we do not have so.
Yeah.
The main thing with the pandemic that I would say is the mental pressure that a person gets than the pandemic itself.
Yeah, true.
Because WHO has said that in India, the immunity is so strong
Mm-hmm.
that the pandemic is not affecting us. Even if it is affecting, the
Recovery
recovery
rate
rates
is
are
very
very
high.
high.
Yeah.
So the thing is, a person should not take any mental pressure when he gets affected by it, or even when he shows some symptoms. He should follow the guidelines or the SOPs that has been issued, but then he should be,
Calm.
calm and composed.
Yeah, true. Because mental strength is all we need at that point of time.
And to talk about this, maybe it would be opposing to some audience that, some viewers.
Yeah.
One of the main reasons why I started this NGO, why I gave this NGO, why I gave this organization a form of NGO was it helped me cure my depression.
Okay.
So mental health is a very,
Crucial part of
crucial part in
one's
today's
life.
generation, but then the most ignorant part.
Yeah.
People ignore it the most.
Mm.
They do not treat mental health as it should be treated.
Yeah.
So I would say bringing smile on someone else's face can cure your mental health.
True.
You talked about mental health and all. So, do you also plan to help others suffering from the same?
We can do it. We have plans to do this thing in the future, but then for that you need proper resources. It must not be if there's an SOS call and you cannot answer it, then that's something wrong. So we want to, be prepared. We are in class 12 and he's in class 10. So, we are not the professionalists, but then we can do something for it in the future. But from our personal level, we do post stories about mental health from our personal accounts as well as, from the NGO page.
So arranging ideas and their execution is an unlimited thing that an organization sustainability and ecological balance together with the demand fulfillment is the need of ours. We saw that you have collected unused pages as you told right now and converted in it into the copies. So what this initiative, like, it is a itself a great idea. So how did you come up with this idea, and like if you could elaborate it?
So it was recommended by one of our friends that we can collect copies and we can make we can take pages out of them and make new copies. So I and Rachit felt that yes, it's a great idea. Of course, the it was the end of the academic year around March or May that we thought of this idea, and so many of our classmates and many of the students had those copies which were unused, or maybe half of the copy was used and half of it was unused. So what we did was we gathered volunteers, around 15 to 20 of them, and we asked them to get such copies from their homes, from their classmates, and from their friends. And so we collected these copies and we tore out the unused pages out of them and binded them together into new copies. And then gave it out to students studying in governmental schools or maybe students living in slum areas where they don't have access to such notebooks.
Okay.
So it was an idea recommended by one of our volunteers or friends,
Hmm.
but the execution was mainly done by the organization itself. No outside support was out there.
Okay.
Binding everything was taken care of by the
So,
organization.
like finding volunteers for this initiative, was it a easy task or a difficult task for you?
Well, that is subjective.
Okay.
How do you perceive that?
Hmm.
it's it was a bit difficult because most of the parents were apprehensive about the
Hmm.
fact that you're living in a pandemic,
Yeah.
and not many of them want to go out and collect such copies
Hmm.
and risk their life. So it was a bit hard, but it didn't require a lot of convincing because I would like to thank my volunteers too. They understood the fact that this is important
Hmm.
and they took the risk on themselves.
Okay.
So in a nutshell, what we did was, first we provided food to the people, then we provided sanitary kits to the people, then we provided milk and bread,
Hmm.
then we provided them
Copies.
copies. So it's like पहले हम लोग ने उन्हें खिलाया पिलाया, फिर सच बनाया, and then we were like, now come on, get back to lives.
Yeah.
You cannot stop your lives because of this pandemic. Get back to study.
Studies.
So this was the main concept, if you can,
Yeah.
if you want to summarize it in a nutshell.
Yeah.
I mean, that is really great, like making copies and all, because most of us, once the academic session gets over, we don't even bother to look at those half unused copies. No, we just throw it away. And like, you guys are doing great in that. I must say that.
Yeah. True. True.
Okay. So, for someone like you all who are doing something completely different, so it is a matter of luck to get support from an individual who is always there to help you. So, you have got a lot of supporters from in and around Siliguri. However, we came to know one fact that there is one police inspector who is always ready to support you. So, how did you get his help and how does he help you?
I would say not one police inspector, but then the entire Siliguri Police Commissionerate,
Okay.
because they are the true Corona warriors in our society.
Hmm.
To carry out something in the field work is way difficult than sitting at home and just planning the idea.
Yeah.
We were the ones who planned the idea. We just planned the idea, we took it to the Siliguri Police Commissionerate, and they helped us reach us to the,
People.
our ultimate goal, the people in need, not to everyone. Because that is also a main factor when you start donating or you start doing any social service. Because it should reach to the correct people. Because when you start giving things in free in India especially, the mentality is free ka cheez hai le lo.
Hmm.
And then this is wrong.
Yeah.
There are some people who cannot have a morsel of food, and there are some people who can, who is wasting food. So that is the thing.
Yeah, like you said, ideation is obviously important, but main factor is like how do you execute. So in your execution, there were some people who were helping you. So that's why maybe that is also a reason behind that you were successful with your initiative.
Surely.
Yeah. So would you like to add something in it?
So, as said before, that you can have donations, you can have funds, but it's hard to identify the people.
Mm-hmm.
So, sharing our experience, every day we used to go there. So, we used to go to tribal villages, we used to go to far-flung areas, used to go to the outskirts of Siliguri, and we used to see that yes, these people are needy. There were ones who used to come to us and ask, "Please support us," but they weren't really the needy. They were out there for the personal benefit, not out of some need. So I think the police commissioner did a really great job in finding out such people and helping such people, and it would not have been possible without them, to be frank.
We used to go along with the police on a personal note. We did not had any local contact there, because having a local contact would mean, horse trading or something like that.
Yeah, so and getting support by the police commissioner and all is it's not that easy. So how did you reach them or how did you have it was like a personal contact with them or how did it like all started with them?
Like I said, we started working,
Mhm.
they started helping.
Okay.
It went hand in hand.
Okay. So it was like contact from
It's a
your side
two-way
or like
process.
from their side?
It was like a mutual contact.
Okay.
It's a two-way process.
It's a
Yes.
two-way process, exactly.
Okay. So moving further, it has always been the biggest challenge for an organization to initially reach the audience with the concept and motto of what actually they do and how they can help people develop. How do you reach out to people like mass people knowing about your organization? So how you try to reach a mass number of people together?
Our motto is not to reach a mass number of people, but to reach the correct
Correct
people.
people. Okay, yeah.
So I won't, that is the thing that we have been focusing on right from the beginning. So it's not, we did not do any kind of promotions. We just did, you know, we did not wanted to click pictures. What we
Okay.
believe is clicking pictures while giving donation is something that you should not do. But then it's not our money that we are putting in. Obviously, we are putting in a part of our money, but then it's the donor's money.
Yeah.
So the donor has the right to see how his money is being used.
Yeah.
So that is the only reason why we have a social media pages and accounts. Otherwise, you would not, even hear the name of Musafri. Because if you start an organization, you need to post pictures, you need to collect funds, you need to show the donors
That
how the funds have been,
yeah, that transparency need to
allocated.
be maintained.
Yeah. Now we cannot maintain transparency through legal way because we are not 18.
Yeah.
So our NGO cannot be registered until we are 18. So it is a youth-led initiative, and trust is the main factor that is based here.
It's a
We
very
have
rare thing to find
we have done
today.
some initiatives where we have not clicked pictures because we have solely funded the thing, or the donor wanted to be anonymous, so we have not posted it on our social media accounts. So that is how we work. We do not want to show the quantity of work, we want to show the quality of work that we do.
So, physical disability, it is one of the greatest evil that can come into an individual's life. And it not only snatches away their confidence, but then it also makes them give up in their life, like from their dreams to their happiness. So, how did you get this idea of helping people with no or single leg by planning to donate them with artificial legs?
Again, it was recommended to us by our volunteers.
Okay.
So they are the source of ideas. They recommend us ideas, we think about it, we think over it, and we implement them and execute it. So volunteers were the source of idea for helping people with disabilities, and then we came in contact with organizations that do such things, and we have been planning the event, and the event is expected to be executed around December.
So are you collaborating with some hospitals or like anything such?
We are collaborating with the National Marwari Foundation.
Okay.
What they do is they, install prosthetic legs on a regular basis.
Okay.
People try, daily wage workers who have lost their legs, hands, or some, those who have any kind of disability. So people from all there come to, Siliguri, because there's this organization, National Marwari Foundation, that has been doing this. So
Okay.
what Musafri is doing is just providing them funds for this project.
Okay.
Because to be very honest, we are not ashamed of telling this. It is not possible on our part to, make sure that the legs are installed solely by Musafiri.
Yeah, that's what my question was. Like you don't right now you maybe don't have that idea about this medical
Yeah.
portion.
And we believe, helping others should be our priority,
Yeah.
not the collaboration
Yeah.
thing. Whether we are doing the thing or whether we are in
Collaborating and doing it.
yeah. So the main thing is the work should be done.
Yeah, the work should be accomplished and that
काम
is
होना
being
चाहिए,
bus.
source कोई भी हो.
Yeah, true. Yeah. So moving further with the question, initiating a new concept of approaching harmony in anything is always the toughest thing, just like climbing from 0 to 1. And thus one faces lots of unknown sudden problems in the journey of achieving unlimited success. What are the problems you faced during your journey?
Transparency was the main issue.
Okay.
Many of the donors or maybe some of our supporters, they had issues with transparency, whether or not the NGO is being transparent. But I think that hurdle was easy to cross because we were transparent about our work all the time.
Okay.
The second issue being parents and their apprehensiveness about the pandemic, whether coronavirus is dangerous or not, whether we'll be allowed to go or not. That was a hurdle for us because, of course, in March, May, the fear was there
Yeah,
of
obviously.
COVID.
Yeah.
Of course, it was an all-time high, and none of us wanted to go out of our houses really to be
Yeah.
safe.
Yeah.
So that was one big hurdle, and the last hurdle being reaching out to people. It was hard reaching out to people because social media, of course, social media is a great tool to reach out to people, but it's not enough.
Yeah, true.
There are people from the underprivileged class who do not have social media. Reaching out to them, understanding their problems, and solving them. I think that was the one of the biggest hurdles that we face and we continue to face because understanding their problems and solving them is hard and is difficult to do it.
To add to Siddhant's point, I would say, our donors trusted us, but then there were some, people in the society. There are people in the society who cannot see someone helping others, or someone excelling.
Yeah.
Whether it be personally, they cannot understand that we are not doing it for ourselves, but for someone else. So it was not the donors who caused the problem, because if someone is donating, it is by default, that they have trust on us. That's why they are donating.
True.
Now it's the people, those who are not donating a single penny,
Yeah.
those who are not doing anything, they were the ones who caused problems to us.
True.
Now the simple way is ignore.
Yeah.
That's what we did, because we cannot, defend it in a legal way since we are not 18.
Yeah.
We thought of, putting out the funds, the accounts, but then the main thing is, there is a saying in Hindi, अगर तुम दाएं हाथ से डोनेट कर रहे हो तो बाएं को पता भी नहीं चलना चाहिए. So our donors, what they said, they said us, हमें तुम पे पूरा विश्वास है, you do not need to release the funds, because we do not want our names to come out, and we cannot just put anonymous.
Yeah. True.
So that is the main reason why we have not put our fund, the accounts out.
No, in this context, ignoring is the best way you can proceed with your ideas and initiatives.
I would say ignorance is a bliss.
Yeah.
Yes,
True.
that's very true, because there will always be someone who will be passing negative energy to you. So it's up to us how we perceive it. So the last question, as you started this organization this year only, and during this whole lockdown pandemic situation, you all have done various services that has done justice to the situation. So what do you plan to do when the world gets back to square?
The thing is, there were people who were starving even before this pandemic. There will be people who will be in problems even after the pandemic.
After the pandemic, our efforts will be mainly focused on education and women empowerment. Education being copies the same initiative being carried out on a larger scale, and women empowerment in the way of sanitary pads. So we have thought of an idea where sanitary pad machines will be installed in governmental schools, because menstruation is a factor that leads to quitting school. The major reasons girls in governmental schools quit is menstruation, because they don't have access to basic services such as a sanitary pad or anything of that sort. So our main our efforts will be focused on mainly education and a bit on women empowerment. So we'll be installing sanitary pad machines in governmental schools in and around Siliguri.
Okay, this is like your next project or something.
Our future project.
Okay, so on the ending note, our entire team wishes you success in your chosen journey, which is no lesser than a battle. We thank you for coming here and sharing your journey with us and our viewers.
So, before we let you go, we have heard that Rachit, you are a lover of poetry.
Yeah.
So, if you could please recite a poem for our viewers, then it would be an extreme pleasure.
So it's like a short 4 to 5 lines one. घड़ी नहीं मुझे तुम अपना वक्त दो, इतर नहीं मुझे तुम अपनी महक दो, वचने नहीं मेरे साथ उम्र भर चल लो, खुशी नहीं मुझे तुम अपना प्यार दो, बस यही चीज़ है मैंने तुमसे चाही, और अगर हो सके तो मैं कागज़ बन जाऊं और तुम मेरी स्याही.
That's great.
This is it for the 5th episode of One Voice. We'll be back soon with another episode featuring other unseen heroes of our society. Till then, stay connected, stay safe, and stay tuned, and help the needy ones around you. Thank you.